Anybody is wondering what it's like not to have very good control of your neck, or hardly any control of your neck, at least right now I'm having a pretty bad episode of the spasmodic torticollis. I think I'm pronouncing that right, maybe not. Or just cervical dystonia. And mine, I have Botox in the back of my neck on that side, and then also on the trapezoid in the back. I don't know how many injections, but I was having this issue the first time I had Botox. I had the second time only a few weeks ago, but I've had a good 2 weeks of let's say bobblehead syndrome, more or less. I can't get my head to be able to go up straight, so it's like this, but like that. You know, your head would be straight up the spine, but mine is like that. It wants to do that, and because I'm having some twitching and tremors, I took some baclofen. I'm on a small dose, so just 5 milligrams as needed and spaced out every 8 hours between any dosage. So I took about 5 milligrams an hour ago, and it stops the pulling of the muscles in the back. My head wants to go look this way, but I want to keep it straight, and because I'm fighting at that, the neck muscles in the back are, well, I don't know, they're just weak. Too weak that wants to have my head go forward. But it's also pulling my head to the side, but also down. So it's pulling my head. See, I actually am holding my head up straight now. I had that same thing happen to me Sunday when I went to work. My head was, it just didn't want to stay up, but I powered through work, but I wasn't as go-getting as I sometimes am, and probably overexert myself because I couldn't, I didn't have the strength. It's just so irritating. Today is the second time I had to call out to work, and I'm only working on average 18 to 20 hours a week anyhow. But I think the driving is really getting to me. But I don't know. I'm just having a bad time with this now. Not as major as some episodes have been. I guess I will always have told people who ask about it, my family mostly, that it's more irritating because I'm not able to perform daily functions. You know, normally having a job, normally driving, because if my head feels like this, I don't want to drive, even if it's just a mile. Sunday, when I worked, it was okay to drive to work, and then back from work. I waited a little while until I, drove back. But my, I have a neck brace from Amazon, $15. So it's not an actual aspen collar. I just use that as a safety precaution so that I'm sure that my head's not gonna just fall forward if I'm driving. Because I've been able to, discern by now if it's gonna be feasible for me to drive or not safely. But I think that the repeated driving is just wiping my energy. It's taken a toll on me. I've been doing that, not too long, but I feel, they say, to reduce stress, but I'm very stressed because I don't know how I'm gonna pay rent. Even though my rent for my area is on the low spectrum, I don't know how I'm gonna necessarily keep that up with this job, and also me if I have to continue calling into work because I can't drive to the location for the day, or I'm just too tired out just from all this random movement. But anyway, that's just how I'm feeling for today. At least this far. Hopefully I'll feel better. Usually it does get better. Sometimes it doesn't, but hopefully this will only be a semi-bad day. Okay. Otherwise, bless everybody, and I hope you're doing okay. And I wanted to clear up one thing about my first short. I said that life sucks. It does, but it doesn't. You have to stay positive. You can't give in to stress and anxiety. I mean, I'll be the first to admit I have issues with anxiety, with panic disorder. Although it's less rare. I don't think I'm actually diagnosed with that, but panic attacks, depression, I've struggled with that since I was 17, and anxiety, obviously, too. I have diabetes insipidus. You can look that up, see what that is. Basically a water imbalance of the body. But, and now I have this lovely diagnosis of cervical dystonia, which may be lifelong, could be just for a while, who knows. But, I'm just trying to live with my new normal and, trying to negotiate life with my new limitations. Sorry, it's pulling me that way. So I guess I can bring this over here. My head doesn't tremor nearly as much if I move it over to the side, but then that means I'm almost looking over my shoulder. So, okay, I'm gonna end on this note. I just wanted to just give an update. I've been having mild to bad days for the past 2 weeks. Well, more than 2 weeks, but 2 weeks definitely that I can think of. Okay, thank you, have a good day, and I'm gonna go on with mine. Bye.